Holy pancake! What on earth did the Germans do here? That is one of the most spectacular artifacts we've come across for a very long time. What on earth is that? Oh yes, today you're in for a treat. Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to us. It's all about World War II, so if you haven't already, please hit the notification bells, subscribe, comment, and watch the videos in full, and you support us in that way. That is a belt for a German machine gun, MG42. This is a mine detonator that I found at a very special location in perfect condition like this, inside some kind of oily paper. This is a 792 rifle cartridge from the German K98 rifles, and that is a 20mm flak 30 cartridge. Why are they there? Well, that's because this is what it's all about today. Me and Eagle Eyes, we scouted out the area and we got much more than we asked for. In this area, the Germans fortified this whole hillside with massive artillery guns, a lot of trenches, machine gun positions. It was all about protecting a road area, but also to be able to kind of shoot at the enemy from inland. And there is something absolutely spectacular there that you're going to enjoy. We found something very special in one of the tunnels that we didn't even know was there. So this is an adventure you wouldn't like to miss. So if you're ready, let's go out and find the path together right now. Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. Today, it's all about roads. The Germans came here, they wanted to protect the roads. They dug in, and we're here to find what's left after their story here. So join us and let's go out and find the path together right now. To have control of certain areas, high grounds, are very valuable. Military strategies tells us that everywhere. And to be able to do that, you need to have crews, you need to have locations for bunkers, gun positions, munition storages. And they are all here in this surroundings here. It's just a matter of finding them. We are now walking on what used to be the local road in this area. And during those days, this is where the main traffic passed through. And they put up quite a lot of things here. They put up some huge guns to be able to control the valley here. All of this here and the road further to the right. They wanted to protect that, and they wanted to have fighting positions close to the road so they could blast down the road and keep the enemies from coming into their territory. Right there, that's some private property. That's a munition storage for something that is actually in the garden of a house behind us here. This is a German munition storage bunker that used to be encircling a huge gun that the Germans had, and basically what you see here is the leftovers of that activity. Today it's just a shed that the locals are using, but once upon a time it was something like this. This is the second munition storage, which is here. Today it's just a tiny little detail on this position, but it had a very specific function, and that was to supply the gun crews with the munition that they needed at all times. So it's still here, also used as a shed. On the top of that plateau, that's exactly where the gun emplacement used to be. Not anymore, but it's right there. But that's in the yard of somebody, so we're not allowed to go in there. This place doesn't look like it was important, but because of the road structure here, it was amazingly important. And the only thing that are still here today are the very tiny small structures, but we're going to find some fabulous things here to show you. But today, as I said, most of them are gone. But you can see here, there's another munition storage. So you have one munition storage there. Where the shed is, that's where the gun positioned or were placed, and you have another one there, and in the front. So basically, you have a huge German artillery position right there. So as I said, roads are important to have control of, and the road that are in question here is further down here. Didn't run as it does today, but it was nevertheless an extremely important place. And if you see here, see this amazing scenery here. So these valleys, they contain a lot of the Second World War history, but it's just a matter of finding it. We're coming up to a second artillery position, and the way you can see it is that you can see these munition storages inside the mountain. Private property again, so we're not going to intrude, but the gun was basically just where we are. So I'm going to show you that little thing is a munition storage underneath that structure, and there's another one with houses. I'm not going to record that, but you can see the third one right there. And let me show you a detail on the roof there. They used railroad whatever tiles, bars or whatever they're called to create the roof. You see that? That's insanely heavy duty bars to kind of keep up that little roof there. It's so crazy. But that is the last. There are 4 of these. I'm going to see if I can show you a little image from the ear to get a little grip of exactly where we are. So this is where the road actually used to be, and then it's kind of changed direction after the war, but this place was a little bit backwards from the road to be protected. So absolutely incredible. Now we're going to see if we can find a little system in the mountain here. There is a sort of storage here, tunnel system or something, and that's what we're going to see if we can find. Now we're coming into the agricultural kind of backside of this fortification position. Yes, it was a fortification. Did the Germans mean business here? Well, have a look at this valley road here. That was never here. That was something that the Germans made. And you can definitely see that they meant business when you have a look inside there. There's actually a tunnel into the mountain. So that means they really had something they wanted to achieve here, and you have to be pretty interested in the terrain if you start doing things like that. So now you can see they meant serious business here, because they would never have created this cave here if it wasn't for some serious stuff going on. So let's hit the light. Boom. You can see here. It's yeah, you just have to step onto the different kind of planks and things are laying around. That's a half, this is a metal piece used to construct shelter outside. Half pipe shelters. Wow. So, oh my Lord, it is massive. Are you kidding me? Just go to the sides here. Oh, wow. Do you know what that is? I know what that is. That is something they used to transport. What is that? Is that a booth? Are you kidding me? Is that really a soldier's booth? But that is actually something they had around the artillery shells to transport them. What way? I don't know. This is flooded completely. Oh, what the? That is insanely big. Let me see if I can get over here. You just have to be light on your feet. Oh, that is crappy. Holy pancake. That is massive. So you can see one of the Velblech or the middle half circles there as well. I can't feel any draft either, so I guess, wow, what an extremely big cave in here. This is astonishing, but it's very, very crappy to walk in. Everything is wet. All right, we did it. So does this continue? Then this is a massive system in the mountain. Yes, it actually continues. No, it stops here. Holy pancake. I am astonished, because normally there will be just a tiny tiny little cave.
Big cave.
And suddenly,
Oh, look at your foot.
yeah, I'm very, very dirty now. So what a very cool surprise. So they really meant serious business here. And I guess when we come further back here, you will for sure see what I mean, because there are tons of other features here, and we're going to show you that. We have to find the other entrance, and it's here. I think this is ridiculously big. This is like 100 meters further down into the mountainside. Holy pancake! I never thought it would be that big. Here it is. In there, all the way in there. Wow. It's partly covered now, but we're definitely going to go inside no matter what. That is so rare to find. See that? That is almost a complete one. This is what held the huge artillery shells when they transported them. You see that? How come they are still here? Look at that. That is absolutely spectacular. And I think this one here, see that?
Yes.
This is for the huge artillery shells that was transported in these cogs. My goodness, that is very rare to see. Did you know that you can become a World War II History Hunter team member, and the artifacts here could be passed on to you in this manner and fashion here by creating beautiful World War II dioramas and displays? You can be the future keeper of something very, very special by the history and the history hunting that we share together. Check out the link in the video description. You can click that and you can become a Patreon team member if you want to. Different kind of perks with for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, restoration projects, all of that good stuff. And if you want to know more, check out the supporter videos in the beginning of each month. But now let's continue our little adventure. All right, we managed to find this other side of the entrance, but I guess we're not going to be able to get inside there because it's so, that is insanely big. Wow, this is so crazy. I'm going to go on the side here. Here we are. And I can see different items laying around in the water there. There's another artillery shell cog thing right there in the water. And I can see another one as well. Holy pancake, this is crazy big. All right, let's show them what we find further out here. Eagle Eye took one for the team, so he's cleaning up. Look at that. That is one of the most spectacular artifacts we come across for a very long time.
I've seen that before.
This is actually the carrying cog for the artillery position here, and it is complete. So imagine the huge shell that was kind of sitting in there, and they needed that to transport these shells around. And they had to come in here by truck, and I guess this was a storage for these huge rounds. That's why these are in here. But it's unbelievable that it's actually still just laying around here. That is just like finding something directly out of a battlefield situation in a trench or something. That is absolutely stunning. But we have more to show you. This is just a little piece of this massive place. Yes, there it is. That is the cog we found. I brought it along because I was very curious about the dimension here. It's not 21 centimeter as the report says. This is 14.5, but I really don't know what's going on here. Did something else happen here? I couldn't tell you, but check out the size difference between 20 millimeter or a 792, massive. So this is the carrying kind of container that you saw in the picture, and this is to hold the tip of the artillery shell steady in there so it doesn't wobble around, and it keeps it in center so it's not being damaged as you transport it. Nevertheless, to find that is absolutely spectacular. But we have just started to touch into this position. We have just checked out the gun position of these 3 positions here, and we found the tunnel system. Believe me or not, the Germans really dug in here and they wanted to show force, and that's what we're going to find up here in the hillside in part 2. Yes, you heard it. I have to put it like in 2 parts, otherwise you'd probably just skip and forget about the whole thing. So I will bring something really spectacular for you to enjoy in part 2 for sure. What on earth is that? Yeah, you guys said trenches, and there is. And where there are trenches, there are more fighting positions. Can you see that? I want you to see this thing here. Yep, absolutely, that's coming up. Thank you for being a patron supporter. Team members are greatly appreciated, and if you want to donate on the PayPal thing, thank you for that. There are links in the video description if you want to do that. If not, we have this beautiful little super thanks feature here, which you can click on, and if you want to kind of donate something for us to get some gas money to go out and do even more of what you see here today, well, be our guest and it's greatly appreciated. So part 2 is going to come up very soon right after this video, and there will be a link in the video description for part 2 when part 2 is out there, and I think you're going to be definitely enjoying that as well. All right, thank you for being here. Stay safe, keep smiling. I'll see you in part 2.